Hello, it's Ray Langan from EducationCareers.ie. Today I'm with Donald Lacey, who's an advisor with the Abu Dhabi Education Council. Don, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, Raymond?
Now, you are in Ireland recruiting. What is it, Don, that you like about Irish teachers?
We started recruiting Irish teachers just this year, and this is our third or fourth time back to the country. We've been especially impressed with the quality of teachers we see. It's fairly unique. I don't know if it's a combination of the education systems or the university systems, but the teachers we interview come with a maturity of pedagogy. They come with a maturity of life. They come with a love of life and a love of students. So that's a pretty tough combination to beat. So we're pretty eager to get back here and see some of the teachers that you produce here in Ireland.
And there seems to be a lot of opportunities in Abu Dhabi at the moment. Can you tell us about the project or what's happening in Abu Dhabi?
Sure. 3 years ago, the Abu Dhabi Education Council was created through the Executive Council of the Abu Dhabi government. The country has strived for a number of years to revolutionize, change, modernize the education system throughout the country of the United Arab Emirates, and it was such a massive task to be able to approach that through all 7 emirates. So the Crown Prince and the government, in their wisdom, determined 3 years ago to start the project through the Emirate of Abu Dhabi, and then as soon as a certain level of success was achieved, to give and provide and support those changes throughout the rest of the country. So we're we're third year into an 8-year program to revolutionize the system.
And just can you explain to us what teaching life is actually like in Abu Dhabi?
Sure. In a lot of ways, it's not a lot different than here. The commitment is to students. The commitment is to the growth and to see the sparkle in their eyes and to make sure they have an opportunity throughout their youth and throughout their adulthood to make a real contribution to society and to themselves. And so that part's not different. And the schools aren't a lot different. We have 306 schools that are very modern, that are, for the most part, well equipped, and the teachers are going to come at 7 or 7:30 in the morning, and they're going to work till 3:30 or 4 or 5 in the afternoon, just like they would here in Ireland. And they're just going to be teaching Emirati kids with big brown eyes and curly brown hair, and lots of energy and enthusiasm, and they're going to come in with an attitude. The kids love them before they even enter the classroom, and we find they love them more once they've had even a few days with.
And what type of subjects are you recruiting for, or what subjects are prevalent or popular?
Well, first of all, you have to understand the curriculum. We've taken a New South Wales curriculum and we've adapted it to suit the needs that we have in the United Arab Emirates. We have an outcome-based education system, so the teachers are very accountable for specific outcomes within English, math, science, and some integrated IT. So the approach we take is we don't want people to think in terms of periods. We want them to think in terms of themes and in terms of measuring student success through very precise outcomes. So in most of the lessons would encompass 2 hours and 15 minutes, where the students will have the privilege of having a Western teacher, and in this case Irish teachers choose a theme and weave and integrate the English, math, science throughout those themes.
Okay, and for any young teacher or a teacher out there who's thinking of going to Abu Dhabi, what would be, is it a 1-year contract, is it a 3-year contract? What sort of time period, or what would you be saying to them with respect to setting up their life or thinking about their own particular circumstances?
Well, we're looking at initial 2-year contracts. We don't want to scare people away with longer contracts. We find it's not so difficult for us to keep the teachers there after the 2 years. It's I don't know how you get rid of them after 10 or 15 years. We have most of our people sign on 2, 3, 4, 5 times on 2-year contracts, and it's not uncommon to find people on the street that say, I came for 2 years, and 18 years later or 12 years later we're still in the Emirates because we enjoy the culture and we enjoy the city so much.
And can you just tell us a little bit about the culture and the United Arab Emirates as a place for anyone who's thinking of going there?
Sure. The Emirate of Abu Dhabi has many major cities within that emirate, the largest one being Abu Dhabi itself, probably probably about 1.7, 1.8 million people, very international in nature. The Emiratis themselves represent maybe 18% of the population, and so the expat population is 82%, and that's why anybody that comes to the Emirate will make friends with, lifelong friends with, and enjoy the heritage brought from the Philippines, from Australia, South Africa, Canada, anywhere through the United Kingdom. And so you make lifelong friends from everywhere. So you look forward to almost anything that's here, only you get to rub shoulders with the warmth of a very ancient culture. The Arab culture is brilliant and warm, accepting, giving, and inviting. And I think that's what the attraction is for people to come to Abu Dhabi, is probably the Emiratis themselves.
And you work for the Teaching Council, so again, what type of qualifications are you looking for in a prospective teacher? Because we would have a lot of newly qualified teachers that are coming through the system, so is that an obstacle, or is there lots of opportunity for someone, say, who doesn't have a lot of teaching experience?
Our requirements, our credentials, our experience requirements are higher than most international recruitment agencies. You must have a bachelor's degree, and you must have either an education, or you must go back to school and make sure you have the teaching credential. But that's quite a bit different than most of the other recruitment companies. So a teaching credential and a degree is the entrance. And although we look for, ideally, teachers that have 3 years of successful teaching experience, we find that, especially in countries like Ireland, with a fairly extensive educational system and training system, if they've got 1 or 2 years experience, we find them to be also excellent in our classrooms.
And for a teacher, say, starting off, what type of salary, what is the implications with respect to tax?
There are no tax implications when you're teaching within the Emirate itself. We don't have a taxation system, so it's tax-free on that end. Each individual, I guess, has to look at the tax laws within their country and see whether there's tax implications for them in Ireland. But there are no tax implications in the UAE. There's also free housing that's provided. There's tickets that are provided for the teacher and their families to come over to the Emirates. At the end of the contract, there's tickets back again to come to Dublin if that's where they're coming from. There are tickets, tickle equivalent money to come home every summer. We pay a 13th month, which is a bonus at the end of a contract. And we have international health care that's renowned throughout the world as the best. The teachers, it's not uncommon for teachers to be able to save 40, 50, 60% of their salary by coming over and working at the Emirates.
And at the moment, lots of jobs in Abu Dhabi.
At the moment, there's lots of jobs in Abu Dhabi, but as the program progresses, we're having such great success within the program that we're attracting excellent teachers. And but there are lots of teaching opportunities, and that's likely to continue for the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay, so if you want to know more information about working in Abu Dhabi, you can log into www.EducationCareers.ie or log on to www.teachanywhere.com. So Don Lacey, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Raymond. Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you.